Hi guys, today we're at Whistlepair Golf Club in the Ontario Golf Academy in Cambridge, Ontario. I'm going to go through a fitting today featuring all of Callaway Golf's 2025 product line. Let's go do this. Ben, Rick Young, SCOREGolf Magazine.
Hey, Ben Moser, Director of Club Fitting here at the Academy.
Ben, what are we going to do today?
Today we're going to take you through a full bag fitting experience. First, we're going to start with the irons.
Why irons first?
I like to do irons first because you can kind of get a baseline and work your way to the wedges. And that way we can kind of get a good gapping standpoint.
Great.
One of the first things I like to ask people are, what are your goals for today's fitting?
I need to control my irons a bit better, Ben. I've struggled a little bit with spin. I struggle a little bit with land angle. So I don't really care anymore that much about the distance of them. I would really like to be able to tighten the dispersion and really be able to control them a lot better.
Okay, I love that. Let's make it happen. So what we're going to do is going to get you starting off with your 7 iron. We're going to kind of establish a baseline, kind of see what the ball's doing, the speed numbers that you create, and basically talk a little bit about the flight that you want to see in your game.
Okay, great.
All right, Rick, now that we've gathered a baseline, a couple things I want to go through with you. So first thing we try to identify when incorporating flex of shaft is the club head speed. So we can see you're 73 miles an hour. Typically anybody between 70 and 80 would be in that regular flex range, 80 to 90 stiff. Next, I can kind of identify the launch angle, spin rate, and land angle as maybe something that you really wanted help on. Your launch angle is really low at 17.2 degrees. And ultimately, I want to try and get that land angle up to about 40 degrees. The reason for that, you're going to find that you have better stopping power. You're going to be able to carry a bunker, have a ball stop tight within a pin. All right, Rick, first thing we'll try is the Apex Tie Fusion. So I went 1 flat and added 1 degree. Trying to get that ball higher and kind of have that turf interaction come through nice and flush. How did that feel?
I felt like I hit some good shots.
Yep, definitely.
I actually felt like my turf interaction was really, really good through the ball.
Yep, so far the minor changes, we've got an extra 300 RPM of spin. So a little bit more, produced a little bit better launch angle as well. We've got an extra 2 degrees, so we're now launching at 19. We're getting there. I don't think we're quite there, but we're getting there.
Okay, I like that. What Ben has done here is he's given me the same club head, but we've changed the shaft out a little bit. He's going to try to get me a little bit closer to what I'm trying to do, which is control the golf ball. Might be the best 7 iron I've hit all year. Again, that's what you're trying to do for me right here. That was a higher flight.
Yep.
It landed, it had the good land angle, and
Yep.
it just, as you saw, it means it just literally it hit and stuck.
Absolutely. It's also the shot shape you're looking for.
As a fitter, you're also trying to help our misses as much as you are trying to optimize what we have in our hands.
We're going to get to a position where maybe you used to be this as your dispersion, and we're creating something like this. We're all going to miss shots from time to time, but ideally if we can kind of tighten up that pattern, that's what we strive for. We've definitely made some improvement. From your gamer, we're spinning at 4,500 on the average, which is up 700 RPM from your club. And now we're presenting a better land angle at 38.9 or 39, right? Trying to get you up to that 40 number, but just checking out the heat map here as well. One of the other things that stands out to me is more or less how consistent your strike is, right? So I know that we've got a good shaft in your hand that's timing up well for you, right? We see that in our dispersion. We see that in the heat signature there. What I love most about it is that we've flattened you out just a little bit. So even though you're a bit of a toe striker, when that club is entering the turf flush through impact, even if you're a little bit of a toe striker, we know that that club is still working effectively for you, right? Rather than having you at standard where the toe is just slightly in the air, you're maybe missing it a groove or two low, and that shot's gonna feel like it's just a little bit low on the face, kind of off the bottom, right? So effectively, we've flattened it out for you. We've added a little bit of loft. We've got a good shaft in here to create better dispersion, and ultimately, ideally, having you plan better golf. Now we're just gonna dial in the lie angle for you.
Okay.
So, I kind of believe you're maybe a 1 flat or a 2 flat guy, but we're gonna hit a couple more shots just to kind of see what happens. So this is my process. If we see a line where it's a little bit more direction this way, I know that the toe is a little bit flat through entry. I mean, ideally what we're searching for is that line is straight up and down.
simple idea, but it really tells you an awful lot about how that club is entering the turf.
Absolutely. You like sort of what that's presenting us, right?
I'd take that every day of the week.
And I mean, you hit a great shot there. We had great launch. Club's moving through the turf, you know, flush through impact. So ultimately a really good shot.
Perfect.
When we look at the results of your new fit here, what we're seeing is a launch angle of 18.7 or 19 degrees. We've upped your spin rates 700 RPM, and we're now produced a land angle of 40 degrees. So we're producing more height, greater land angle, again, better stopping power, and ultimately lower scores. And then, of course, when we go back to the heat map itself, you can just see that you're timing everything up real well, real consistent strikes, and ultimately that 1 extra degree of loft is going to help produce all of these better results.